Welcome to LCGC's podcast, How Advanced Analytics Transform Pharma Data into Actionable Insight. This podcast is brought to you by LabVantage Solutions, whose integrated laboratory informatics platform serves pharma companies worldwide. To find out more, please go to www.labvantage.com. And now, here's your host for this podcast, the custom content writer for LCGC, Alyssa Maripodi.
Hi, everyone. This is Alyssa Maripodi. I am the custom content writer for LCGC, and I'm here with Bob Volkner. He is the Vice President of Sales and Marketing at LabVantage Solutions. Bob, thanks for being here today.
Hi, Alyssa. Thanks for having me.
So everyone, talks about the digital transformation. How do you guys at LabVantage define it and deliver it for customers?
So fundamentally, every laboratory produces information that's consumed by key stakeholders, and that allows them to make informed decisions. This is true for really any laboratory type that we encounter, and the lab generates a lot of data as part of their testing processes through observations, and also through the use of a variety of different sophisticated instrumentation. Whether they're research, quality, service, clinical-based organizations, data, it's the fuel that drives information generation. And many labs have daily work processes that are very manual and rely on paper and spreadsheets. And these labs often operate technically disconnected from each other and also disconnected from key business systems. For some, inefficient legacy data systems are in place, and for large multi-site organizations, each site could have disparate and incompatible work practices, which increases inefficiencies, lengthens turnaround time, and carries a higher cost of operating the lab. So labs are prime candidates for digital transformation. And for LabVantage, we deliver this with a centrally hosted, technologically modern LIMS that drives standardization and harmonizes workflows and consolidates all data into a single data store. Through configurability, our LIMS can eliminate a lot of the non-value added activities, eliminate paper records, captures results directly from lab instruments, and freely interfaces with other critical business systems.
So can I transform just my lab or labs, or is this only for large organizations that are integrating their entire enterprise?
Yeah, organizations of any size can take advantage of a modern LIMS to drive the digitization of their laboratory. We see that business and technical needs are the same regardless of the organization's size, and we can scale the solution to fit the specific need and budget. One key technique to do this is to offer LIMS as a subscription, or what's termed software as a service, or simply SaaS. A SaaS LIMS eliminates a lot of the capital budget needed to purchase, host, and administrate the LIMS. And through SaaS, LabVantage takes on the responsibility of providing and maintaining your LIMS through an annual subscription. And for regulated industries, we can also maintain the SaaS environment in a compliant way. So SaaS LIMS is an example of how to save on costs and ongoing admin costs, which really helps smaller organizations justify a LIMS system.
Okay, and how do artificial intelligence and other advanced analytics drive digital transformation?
Yeah, so this is really one of the most important aspects of a digital transformation process. So after harmonizing and standardizing IT platforms and business workflows and driving your data into a central lab database, making use of that data is what allows you to realize the true benefit of a digital transformation. Using a solution like our LabVantage Analytics platform to take data from the lab and combine it with other data sources in your organization allows you to apply over 500 different business intelligence views to see trends and make informed decisions. Additionally, you can apply 1,000 different artificial intelligence machine learning algorithms to predict outcomes, to drive higher levels of efficiencies, and to predict outcomes.
And are these tools mostly used for business performance, or can they drive scientific innovation as well?
Business performance is probably the most common outcome using the LabVantage Analytics platform. However, the built-in algorithms can be used for scientific discovery too. Research organizations can use analytics to detect biological hazards or to give an assessment of the quality of a new drug substance. There are many possibilities, as there is valuable information locked away in many data stores that analytics can help unlock.
Okay, can you give some examples or use cases of the potential for AI in pharmaceuticals?
Sure, I can think of a few. So one common one is to support what's called bioassay studies. The LIMS is used to design clinical study protocols, manage studies, receive specimens from different participants in the study from clinical sites, store those specimens in a biorepository, and then process them in the lab. And these lab results from the clinical studies can be brought into the LabVantage analytics platform, and then researchers can apply statistical analysis to them to determine the concentration or potency of a substance by its effect on people or animals or plants, or on living cells and tissues. Another common use is to apply artificial intelligence to examine historical instrument performance and to predict when an instrument is likely to require maintenance before it breaks. This, in return, maximizes uptime and resource utilization, providing a much better lab throughput. So there's many uses of analytics, both inside and outside the laboratory setting.
Okay, and my final question has to do with, a couple important issues in the pharmaceutical industry, regulatory and data integrity. So how does a solution such as LabVantage Analytics help with compliance and data integrity?
Yeah, so data integrity and overall regulatory compliance are vital topics to LabVantage, as more than 60% of our customers are subjected to these rules and guidelines. So LIMS is an important tool for compliance, and eliminating paperwork and reducing manual data entry greatly increases data integrity. So having appropriate safeguards in the LIMS ensures compliance. LabVantage Analytics also supports data integrity and compliance when used in conjunction with our LIMS, as it too is a LabVantage solution. So the two platforms work seamlessly with each other. The analytics solution can be accessed from within the LIMS and shares user identities and user authentication. So the information sharing is provided directly in a closed system, which ensures integrity and protection of that data.
All right. Well, thank you, Bob, for being here today and this good overview on advanced analytics. We appreciate you. This has been Alyssa Maripodi, custom content writer for LCGC. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
You've been listening to LCGC's podcast, How Advanced Analytics Transforms Pharma Data into Actionable Insight. This podcast is brought to you by LabVantage Solutions, whose integrated laboratory informatics platform serves pharma companies worldwide. To find out more, please go to www.labvantage.com.